This Orange Blossom Classic, it is a renewal, if you will, of a prior history, a prior legacy of HBCU history in terms of Florida A&M hosting this Orange Blossom Classic. You guys played some epic games, 1961, 1962. You split Orange Blossom Classic championship, but this Florida A&M team, Bullet Bob Hayes, Bob Paramore, they were had a 21 game win streak during that time as well. You two teams were the creme de la creme, if you will, of HBCU football.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were. And of course, the first year we went down there, this is the greatest experience that I think most of us had at that particular time. We went down there on a one-engine plane, and the plane could only seat about 48 people at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we just had never flown before. I can say 99%, 95% of us had never flown before. And that pressure from that small plane got on us, and we were looking around. We thought this was going to be the end of us. And then finally, someone said, start chewing some gum. And of course, that kind of eased it. And then we all, what it was, we all had on warmer clothes, and we got hot, we were sweating. And then when we land, we land into that 80-degree weather down there. And man, we came out of those coats, man. Oh man, we couldn't believe it. We were staying at this beautiful hotel and things that we hadn't seen before, just things we hadn't seen before. And then of course that night of the game, man, we're warming up. And this was amazing. We were warming up before the game. And I told Willie, I said, man, there's a lot of people. We used to play in front of 7,000 to 10,000 people. And here it is, 40-some thousand in there at that particular time to see us warm up. And we went back into the locker room, and I told Coach John Merritt, I said, Coach Merritt, there's a lot of people out there. He said, well, we don't care. We just gonna put the show on the road. And I said, okay. I said, let's go get them. And we played a heck of a ball game. And we lost the ball game in the last few seconds. I threw a pass down the field, and they knocked it down. So we lost the first game. What was the score? 14-8?
Yeah, I think 1914 was the or 14-8. You're right. Was the score in the 1961? Mm-hmm.
I think the 14-8 the first game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the second game we went back because we put on such a great performance. The second game we went back, we ended up beating them 22-6, I think.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 22-6, and man, oh man, we had a hell of a night that night. I mean, we had a hell of a night, great night.
So, what was the atmosphere down there in Miami for the Orange Blossom Classic? I read, 47,000 1962 game, the rematch of Jackson State and Florida A&M, but just the atmosphere in terms of playing this team again, and you both are the best of the best, if you will.
Nothing like it. The atmosphere down there was just here. I think we were the second Afro-American team to stay on the beach. And it was something like we never, nothing but a big congregation of people were surrounding us because they hadn't seen that many Black people, together at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
And the hotel we were staying in were first class, and of course, Coach Mary, he kind of kept us together all the time, make sure we wouldn't, do anything wrong. But I tell you, man, everybody came around, the sports writers with writing down different things that and taking pictures. Of course, we were all very nice young men. All of us very nice young men. And all we were doing, getting prepared for the game. I mean, it was unbelievable, unbelievable. And then, of course, the fans started showing up, and of course, he wouldn't let them. He wouldn't let them come around us because he wanted us to stay focused on the game at that particular time. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. But
Yeah, I take a look at the pictures of that time frame, and I'm just amazed at the players that were playing in this game. I mean, when you kind of take a look at some of the players in this game, I think by last count there were 12 who eventually were drafted either the AFL or the NFL that play in this game. Just an amazing amount of talent. But and you touched on it. I mean, guys like Willie Richardson, Gloucester Richardson, Verlon Biggs played on defense. Just so many guys that played in this game. It was phenomenal just reading about it.
Frank Molan also. Then you got Ben McGee, of course. I think I called Danny Pride name. He played professionally. Yeah, all these guys. Taft Reed, he played. Benny Crenshaw, he played in the game. We had a lot of guys just were so. I mean, they were outstanding. It's great talent, just great talent. And of course, my other good buddy, Speedy Duncan, went on just to excel over in the AFL. Oh man, he did some things over there with the San Diego Chargers. Of course, the other young man I'm trying to think of who really excelled. I can't call his name right now, but man, we had talent. I'm telling you, we had talent. If we would have had the coaching, we had 1, 2, 3. But most of the big university had 7, 8, 9, 10 coaches.
Sure.
And you had to have people coaching multiple positions. Coach Coleman was the offense coordinator. We had Coach Smith, he was the backfield coach. We had Coach Joe Gillum was the defense coordinator. And and Coach John Merritt. But that's it. That's it. Coach Wilson, who was the head basketball coach at that particular time, he coached the special teams, but basically that's all we had. That's all we had. But if we would have had more coaching at every position, like a linebacker coach, a back coach, offensive line coach, oh man, we would have been something crazy. We would have been something crazy. We would have had all of that. But we were fantastic. We were fantastic.
You mentioned Coach Wilson, who was the legendary basketball coach, later becomes the president of Norfolk State University, who's also the grandfather of Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson, who just to hear that he was on the coaching staff at Jackson State, that's just phenomenal history.
Yes. And of course, his uncle, Benji Wilson, is one of my great friends now. He helped me a lot of time.
Sure.
A big guy over on the East Coast. So he comes once when he comes to Chicago, we always go out to one of our outstanding restaurants here in Chicago, and we have conversation. And he come out to the house a lot of times and spend time with me. But Coach Wilson was an outstanding person. He also recruited me to play basketball. So I had a chance to go to Jackson State as a basketball player or a football player. I chose football because I thought I was a little better in football than I was in basketball.
And from all accounts that I've read in terms of your prowess as a quarterback, and I want to make sure that I frame this correctly, but I've read quite a few statements they mentioned that you, Roy Curry, were ahead of your time in terms of your quarterback skill, in terms of the strength in your right arm, having the ability to scramble as well, a student of the game. But if you had to take a look at a quarterback nowadays that you would sort of kind of compare yourself to at the time, who would it be?
It'd be Lamar Jackson from
Hmm.
the Ravens.
Hmm.
Uh, but before him, it was the quarterback that played with Atlanta,
Michael
uh,
Vick.
Michael Vick. So I was on that style because I also could run as well as pass,
Hmm.
and I'm very fast, very fast. Only two guys on the team probably could outrun me was Speedy Duncan and Willie Richardson. But other than that, I was probably the second or third fastest guy on the team. So I could really run. Matter of fact, in my junior year, I led the team in rushing with 900 some yards. But you know, it was back in those days. You had to be a quarterback that could run as well as pass.
Sure.